Hello and a very warm welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is the brand new invoice experience that's just been launched within QuickBooks Online. Now, if you think about it, the banking experience is by far the most important interaction, and they've just updated that. Below that is reports, and I think that is going through, as you've seen in previous videos, a major overhaul for the better. We've definitely found an opportunity to see much better reports going forward. And I believe third one after that is your invoicing experience. Because if you think about it, if you can't send a good quality invoice out of QuickBooks and you can't get paid for it, etc., then you're going to be in a worse position. So the fact that QuickBooks has come along and given us some modern invoicing is got me very, very excited indeed. So without further ado, let's roll that intro. Let's get straight into it and let's find out exactly what's going on in the world of our brand new invoicing. Hello, my name is Patrick. I am a chartered accountant, certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at BobFix, your friendly podcast who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant, your digital disruptor for 2024, and also your hero behind the hero winner. Now, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go straight into it. We're going to look at both types of these invoices to exactly what we've got in store. So, on the left-hand side is our brand new experience, and on the right-hand side is our older experience. So, what I'm going to do first of all is just make this really small on the right-hand side and concentrate on just what we've got on the new experience. As you can see at the top here, we still have our little box, so we can go back in and we can go for our recent transactions we were liking. Got our edit option at the top here. It says here, we may change how you're on screen so you can focus on entering data. There's no change to your PDF and email to preview, then print, download, and review and send. What we've got now, manage options though. So manage is what opens up on the right side. We'll take that, have a look at that in a moment. Take a tour. Easy go from create to send from the top here. Press next, press done. So what you'll notice straight away is that this is the same experience as we've had for some time on QuickBooks Sole Trader. And that's pretty much been done by design. And the idea here is whatever changes we make to the invoice on the left-hand side will actually look exactly the same as what your client receives. But let's go through some of those settings that we have. So under the manage, we've got customization options where we can put ship to, service, product, SKU, company registration, and we can manage our custom fields directly from here. We've got payment options. We've got an option to put a deposit directly in there, and we've got an option to put discount, shipping fee. Then from a design point of view, we've got modern template, or we've got our standard template. When we do modern, we seem to have the opportunity to put different colors in. And when we do standard, we seem to have the option to add and edit if we go to our area over there. Scheduling wise, we've got the option to print later or send later directly there. And then automatic invoice reminders can be turned on directly from here. So we've got exactly the same settings pretty much as what we had over here. Shipping, total, deposit, customer transaction numbers. Make sure we've still got that one there. So it looks like custom transaction numbers are there by default. Like you can't turn them on and off, which probably makes sense, right? And no way of turning tags off here, which is annoying because tags is being taken away from us anyway. So why even include tags on this new one, right? But that's why there's no option for it to be taken off there. And then payment options seems to be the same. Don't know how we get our optional columns back though. Service date seems to be on by default. We can't seem to turn that off. And product service code doesn't seem to have other options, but everything else seems to be fine. Edit totals, this is what coming through here. And they're basically the same. They're just in different area, right? And we've got the design and payment options there. Cool. So close this one down then, have another continued look at what we've got. You do have the option to go back to the old layout if you really want to. So you could click on that and it'll go back to what we've got on the right hand side. But realistically from here, let's see what we've got. So we do have the option, and I'm going to make it middle here so we can do exactly the same on each one. Just ignore the fact that on my right hand side I have a lot more custom fields open on here. Ship to, shipping date, all that sort of stuff turned on. And on here we just don't have that, we're in no need to. So let's call it a customer as our first customer that we're going to do there. Same on here, I'm just going to customer A. So same as before, we get a chance to put our email in just like there. We don't have the send later option here, which was always confusing anyway. But is that because I just haven't turned it on there? What was it? It was scheduling, wasn't it? Send later. So send later now, we have to tick it here for it to go. So instead of being able to have that handy tick button there, there's the option to tick it there. So, okay, maybe it's just because it was a tiny bit confusing maybe. At the moment, we don't have access to our payment options, which includes PayPal and settle with direct debit, but I'm sure they'll come later, either with those exact same solutions or different third parties running them. There's a nice option though, we can edit the customer directly from here. Whereas before we weren't able to edit our customer, we just basically couldn't bring that one there. So I'm loving that functionality. So you can really keep your customer bang up to date from there. Invoice number, as I said, looks like there's no option. It's on by default to change this and being able to change it there. So that's nice to see. I have 2 reminders set on this one. So let's see what happens if I was to put automatic reminders on. I can have the reminders options there, and it doesn't seem to give me any option or indication that the reminders are on, but you do get to change them from there instead of having them in this little area just there. So loving the edit customer button so far, loving that one. Terms exactly the same as before, and your due date will change accordingly based on the terms that are there, so it was nice to see. And then we've got the option to start looking at our service table. Now, again, I don't know how or if, let's make it bigger, see if I'm missing anything. But it doesn't look like we get the opportunity to put in, no, it doesn't look like we can change this one. What I can do though, is have a look and see if I went to design, add and edit, let's have a look. Yeah, so it looks like from here, if I wanted to, I can still change it from the settings area, and I can still bring that one in if I wanted to. So I do have that option to go in and change it there. I just can't change it directly on the invoice template as we had before. Putting on new products and services though, I can still put in my date, I can put my product and service in, I can put my description in, my rating. And if I was VAT registered, I could choose my VAT element just like I can here. So pretty much exactly the same functionality. I do have VAT and, but overall, same experience. It looks like on this right hand side, I can use this to delete or duplicate. We never had a duplicate button, so that's lovely to see. So you can duplicate your line items going forward. Loving that. Before we only had the delete button to look into. Down the bottom here, I can still add my subtotal if I want to. So there's the option. It's kind of hidden away a little bit. It's under the add product and service option, which isn't adding a product or service. It's just adding a line. So fair enough. You can still add from here like you could be before. But if you want to put a subtotal in, you can have the subtotal. And it looks like this is a nice plus button for subtotal as well by the looks of it. Oh yeah, no, they're going there, so that's good to see. And on every one, you could add your line from there. So still very similar in terms of the way that aesthetically that's working. And if I had there, you can see the 2 subtotals working nicely from there. So everything seems to be working as intended on that one. At the bottom, we have message on invoice, message on statement. So memo on statement hidden. We're not sure it will appear on the statement, so you can have it from there. Note customer and message and customer payment options. So they're making the customer payment as a different area, and then note to customer for you to put it on there. And attachments is going to be there as well. We still have our print, download and print delivery note options as before, so they're exactly the same. And we got our more options with make a copy, delete, void, transaction journal and audit history. Let's just check to make sure the estimate experience is exactly the same. So I'm just going to do a customer and save. What that should see now is the estimate appears just like it did before. Status is pending. I can click into it. So estimate looks exactly the same as an invoice, which we'd expect. And as I edit customer, you can see you can edit customer from there as you had to do before. You'll see if I view the estimate on this one, it looks pretty much the same, but you can now accept and decline directly from here. So from here I could view the estimate if I wanted to, although it's coming up very, very small, but I can actually accept the estimate if I wanted to from here. Once that estimate's gone through and it's all been accepted, you get the option here to convert to invoice. Puts it through there. You get told your link transactions at the top here, and you also get your option here to view those link transactions as well. Now in this scenario here, I have my converted here and my accepted here. So we've already converted one of them, but we need to bring the other one in there. So in previous ways, the ways we would do it, we'd click into it, edit the invoice. And we would get a really useful pop-up that's coming up. It doesn't look like we're getting that pop-up, which is strange. So let me show you what pop-up I mean. So on here, I've got this one's ready to go. Let me just quickly duplicate one. So in the old way of doing it, if I was to create an invoice directly from here, so yeah, I want all of it, go through, I'd get this wonderful pop-up option here, which meant that I could then, we've already added that one, but I could add this one as well. And in that one. And as you can see, I'm adding all of the transactions that was available to it and press save. On the new one, I don't seem to be getting that table that's telling me that this was ready to be received, which is a real shame. And hopefully they bring that feature back, because that feature was so important to be able to keep on top of things and bring it in. Because at this point, I don't know how I'm supposed to bring in that other estimate that is part of this one in this scenario, like we had on there, where on the old invoice we had two estimates, we converted into one invoice and off to the races we went. So at the moment that doesn't seem to be coming through. I do like this new status option. You can see when it was sent, viewed, paid, deposited, etc. And then when you press receive payment, currently get taken to the normal receive payment area, where we can mark things as paid and move on from there as we need to. The invoice area looks exactly the same, still giving me the options to go through and share invoice links, send reminders, print delivery notes, and if I needed to, delete it. Same with the estimates as well, pretty much exactly the same. No changes yet to this area. So the new invoicing experience, so far so good really. It's kind of doing exactly what it needs to do. Do need to see that coming back though, with that what we used to call the customer drawer, where you'd have all of the information that relates to that particular client. That definitely needs to come back. Without that, we're going to really struggle to kind of bring in some of the current workflows that we've currently got. Loving the fact that I can now duplicate a line item. I think that's really, really going to be useful to me. And I love the fact that the area is designed to be what is sent out. I think that concept is really good, and it should basically help us be able to go through. And they promised us that this is a start. So if I read exactly what the comment was, what's improved with invoices in QuickBooks? We've been working on a number of improvements to invoicing, and the new experience will allow us to innovate further in the future. That's what we like to hear. At launch, the new invoicing experience will mean you can do the following: more freedom to personalize invoices and create bespoke templates. As we've seen, what that template looks like there is exactly what we've seen. So, you know, you put a bit of color on here, you add some logos there. That's exactly what's going to appear for that client. So we're liking that. Customized quotes and invoices on the spot, no templates needed. So instead of having to go in, create the template first to go through, we like it. Get alerted when a customer has accepted a quote or paid an invoice. So you're going to get more alerts coming your way. Whereas at the moment in the current one, you're just relying on emails. Track quotes in one place and view an activity tracker. So that quote area, we can see an activity of when people have viewed them, things like that, just like we have on there. Auto save quotes and invoices created while using the mobile app. So mobile app's going to give you that same experience as well. Set up email reminders for customers to pay your invoice as well. That was already there, so I don't think that's a new feature, but maybe it's just more accessible now without being hidden behind features going forward. But overall, it's a nice, cleaner look, isn't it? when we're looking at them side by side from here, especially if I get rid of this manage button and get rid of that one there, you can see it's a much cleaner look. So yeah, I think that's going to go down better for people. And if it does mean we can add in some extra functionality, then we're going to like that in the future, right? Subtotals and everything else seems to be working as intended. It still says at the moment CIS isn't available. And I know in the QuickBooks Sole Trader version, there is definitely CIS options there. But in the Sole Trader options, there are also opportunities to add extra features, like, for example, the ability to be able to automatically add on charges for late payments and things like that. So that could be quite useful for us. That could be something that we can see as innovation going forward. That will be nice to see. But overall, it is what it is. But overall, it seems to be there. Now, what I've just noticed, how do we make it reoccurring? I think they've lost the reoccurring option at the moment, which 100% needs to come back before we bring this into play. Without reoccurring, we would very much struggle to be able to do the things that we do. Let's just make sure that it doesn't come when I press save, and I've just messed it more. No, at the moment, reoccurring hasn't appeared, so need a reoccurring to come back before we can use it going forward. But yeah, it looks better, it looks cleaner, loving that. Let's hope that it comes in with every single feature we have, plus a few more, like the add-in of lines and stuff is a great functionality. I've also noticed save and share by WhatsApp's gone now as well, so fingers crossed we don't lose save and share by WhatsApp, recurring items like that. But yeah, but there we have it. There's a quick look at our new invoice experience. It's nice to do a much more positive video. Yes, there's a few things that haven't quite made it in yet, but overall, much improved in terms of getting a solution out there that I generally believe is absolutely spot on in terms of what it needs to be, right? Like, there's nothing more really we need from the invoice experience at this point in time, as long as we don't lose any of those features that we've just mentioned, right? As long as we don't have that with feature parity going forward, I'm really positive to what's coming around the corner. My name's been Patrick. What do you think to the new invoice experience? Have you got it activated yet? There are a few things that you have to learn for. Basically, at the moment, it is only for Plus licenses, and also it's for anyone who is not using CIS, as I said before, because that's CIS issue, and have not previously attached Go Cardless or PayPal as a payment option going forward, which basically means that they've just not connected all those payment options just quite yet. Well, there we have it. My name is Patrick. As always, this video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you. If you like what you see here, make sure you like and subscribe and all that sort of thing, and comment below. Have you started using this invoice experience? Do you think it's any good? Or are we just changing things for changing things' sake at this point? I'd love to know your opinions below. My name is Patrick. As always, this video has been a pleasure to do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to this new series.
Hello and welcome to this video.
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 Hello and welcome to this video. Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is about everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So current. All right, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisors, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.